Welcome, ladies and gents. We've got an update on the Jurassic World reboot film. Some sort of story details and bits and pieces like that. I think this is just interesting. I feel like a few people will, well, a lot of people will be like, this is definitely flogging a dead horse. But it's still interesting. You know, I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park. A great film that genuinely still holds up to this day. Jurassic World, meh, not so much. You know, definitely interesting, I guess. But I'm always dubious of when they try and reboot something they've already rebooted. So, yeah, let's take a look at these first details. Do hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Please do turn the bell notifications on. But here we have it, right? So, Jurassic World 4 is now commencing production in Thailand. And first story details are now revealed. Now, I will say this, actually, with respect to the production in Thailand. Thailand's becoming a pretty big hub, actually, now for film. I don't know quite what tax breaks they have, but that will be why. That and, you know, the climate as well, quite frankly. So, yeah, it kind of works with this sort of film, I think. But there's a fair few films which are in production there, or TV shows as well. So, Alien TV series, that's there as well at the moment. Got like another month, 2 weeks to finish. It's done in July. So, yeah, Thailand is quickly becoming a pretty big hub for film, which is interesting in and unto itself, I think, quite frankly. Not to say that it's not had films before, of course it has, but we're just seeing more and more productions go there. So anyway, here we have it. So cameras are now rolling on Universal Pictures' next Jurassic World movie. That in and unto itself is bloody interesting. They have steamrolled this out. Really quick. Really, really, really quick. Now, that could be good or bad. I just think it's fascinating how quickly they've got this off the ground. Isn't it interesting when a movie studio wants to get something going, it gets moving. And yet we're still 5 years down and no Blade film from Marvel. Funny that. The powerhouse of cinema, Marvel. Couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery, but whatever. So anyway. We knew that Universal Pictures intended to fast-track its next Jurassic World movie, and just a couple of months after the project was announced, production is now underway in Thailand. So according to Variety, the movie will also make use of locations in Malta and the UK. I'm surprised it's coming to the UK, because the UK won't allow as high a tax break as if it was filmed here entirely. You've got to film like the bulk of your work here to be eligible for tax breaks in the UK. So that's interesting, I think. So, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Godzilla director Gareth Edwards is set to helm the Dino Disaster flick, with Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall, and Patrick Crowley on board as producers. Now, I think he's a great directorial pick. Actually, I think Gareth Edwards is sorely underrated. I think he's really, really good. So, yeah, I think you'll get the sense of scale right. If you watch Godzilla and you don't tell me there's a sense of scale, I mean, you're just lying or you're a moron. So I think you'll get the sense of scale that I think has been missing with these dinosaur films, because one of the sort of sense of awe and wonder comes from a multitude of things. You know, our ability to, you know, look at something that we've not seen before on screen. Jurassic Park was that, right? That was a film that you watch and you're like, oh my god, there's dinosaurs. Obviously they weren't actually there, but it was groundbreaking stuff. So that had a sense of awe and wonderment on that basis. Had a relatively good sense of scale. But I don't think Jurassic World, those films, I don't think they had that scale, that perspective correctly. And I think Gareth Edwards will bring that back. You know, I think he's a good pick for that. So anyway, Jonathan Bailey, Manuel Garcia Rulfo, Mahershala Ali, Rupert Friend, Luna Blaze, and David Locono are set to star. It's another reason why that Blade film's dead, because Mahershala Ali is now in this. And Scarlett Johansson, there's no information. Well, Scarlett Johansson's also going to be in the lead, sorry. And as I say, this marks a return to franchise filmmaking for Scarlett Johansson, who is a fixture of Marvel Studios for many years. There's no information on what character she's going to be playing. However, specific plot details are still under wraps, but we do know, or like a general premise we have. So it sounds like the plan is to go back to basics by taking a page out of the original Jurassic Park's playbook, which makes sense because the original writer is writing this, which makes a lot of sense, quite frankly. So It says here, the movie has been described as, quote, a completely fresh take, launching a new Jurassic era, following 3 adults and 3 teens getting stuck on the island. I mean, that's interesting. So we assume that the island will be one of the Muertes archipelago, aka the 5 Deaths. As for the title, the movie is reportedly being referred to as, quote, Jurassic World 4, and the, quote, well, the rumoured Jurassic City. The month-long Thailand unit production was confirmed by the country's Department of Tourism. Director General Jaturon Phakdeewanit? Alright. Who said that production will take place June 13th to July 16th at locations including Bangkok, Trang, Phang Nga, Phuket and Chiang Mai. And then we've got some comments here. David Leitch was in talks to direct in early February before parting ways with the film just a few days later. Apparently, quote, he said anyway, quote, it became clear to Leitch that his creative input would be minimal due to the project's fast-track status and how the producers wanted to wield a stronger hand after experiences of Jurassic World Dominion, which that movie was dogshit. Dominion director Colin Trevorrow will not be involved, but he did share his ideas for a potential follow-up last year. And he said, quote, the previous 5 films are plots about dinosaurs. This one is a story about characters in a world in which they coexist with dinosaurs. For the franchise to be able to move forward, because it's inherently unfranchisable, there probably should have only been one Jurassic Park, but if we're going to do it, how can I allow them to tell stories in a world in which dinosaurs exist, as opposed to, here's another reason why we're going to an island. Sure, whatever. Fucking Dominion was terrible. Bloody awful film. No, I think this is interesting. I think, anyway. I don't think this is going to be particularly any good. I think, you know, we are in the year, or the era, it's not even the year now, is it? It's like the decade. We're in the decade of creative bankruptcy at Hollywood. I don't think this is going to be any good. I do think there'll be elements that are good. Like Gareth Edwards will be a good get for sure. Like he's great. So, you know, he'll be good. But that is honestly kind of it. I think the performances will be solid. I think the interesting thing is, you know, looking at who they've got for it. They've got names. They've got people that will command a pretty high budget. So I'm surprised by that because I thought that they'd go for relative unknowns. But some of these people will have high price tags. So they clearly believe in it. But what do you guys think? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, like I said at the start, do hit subscribe. And if it's worth $2, then support on Patreon. Because I do get demonetized here. And it's a good way to help out and stop me from taking those stupid adverts like Raid Shadow Legends. Which significantly larger channels than mine do. So, yeah. Stop me from doing that. That'd be great. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.